Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I uploaded a video. For this video, I'd just like to talk to you guys about stuff that happened, that's happening, and why we don't have a lot of videos lately. I think I've been inactive since March or May. I don't really remember anymore. Um, so nobody's probably asking why. Since I think in my prior videos I said I was kind of looking for a new job and I was looking for work. So maybe most of you thought that I was busy with that thing. I think I did find a lot of jobs actually. I did a lot of projects, and I'm currently in the middle of a project that's kind of fascinating. I would like to share it with you maybe after it's finished. Uh, So yes, I'm doing comic books again, which is thank thank the universe for giving me work that I do love to do. So um, as anyone who has been watching my videos for the amount of time that I've been doing videos, how long have I done this? A year, 2 years, yeah, maybe that 3 years. This is probably my third year of actively making videos. I've done content on toys, and I've done content on comic books, local comic books, and local comic book events. And I think the most traction that I got from YouTube from making videos is making videos about local comic books. And making local comic book content was, for a while, satisfying actually. I mean, these are people that I've worked with, these are people I'm friends with, these are people that I usually socialize with during the events that me and my group organize. And it was fun actually to learn about their processes on how they do comic books, their ideologies on themes on making comic books, on, yeah, I said the processes, production, techniques, styles wise, influences, and that. Those are really interesting subjects for me to talk about, especially if you're familiar with what they're talking about. It's a common ground that usually is not touched upon on in physical um socializing we do in real life. So, talking to them, the conversations or the Komiks Kwentuhan series that I did last year, which was very successful. I think it grew my subscriber count to more than 60 to 70%. Alienated most of my um, toy toy viewers who were looking for toy content, but uh, for most part, the comics content was successful. And it came to a point that I was invited actually to do it for as work, to create content for uh, a community based streaming platform, to bring that to that platform uh, for pay. And actually I was kind of surprised to get that invite. And I think even if I do say to my friends and to myself that it did not affect me when I was invited and then the offer was rescinded because, yeah, so this is personal sharing time with you guys. The offer was rescinded because of the comics people that were already in their platform uh, was not that too keen to work on anything community based with me. So I keep saying to my friends that it's okay. They're doing their own thing, and as everyone knows, with the local community, there are different circles, and not everyone in all the circles, like everyone in each other circles. So I kind of like outwardly I keep telling everyone and myself that I was not affected. So if they wanted to do a community uh, without me, it was okay since uh, basically the comics community is a loose group of circles that are making local content. So yeah, if you're looking, there are people who are asking me why I am not in that platform. So this is that. This is the answer to that. I was keenly told that people who were already there in their platform and who are already there working with them don't really want to work with me. And I think it could have been worded more nicely, but the word that was used was they were building a community with people that they trust, and those people did not want me to be part of that. So in a way, I guess I was affected by it because after reading that email, I kind of like strayed away from making any more comic content because apparently people uh, in the community that I have been mingling with don't like me. So I guess that's why I stopped actively pursuing making that content. As for the toys, I keep buying them, and I kept on trying to have time to create new content to talk about them because the toys, the current crop of toys, even with all the woes with the distribution here in Southeast Asia, particularly in the Philippines, and other things like preference of design of the retro toys and preference of characters to be made into toys being questioned, overpricing and all that. The toys have been wonderful. I mean, I know there's a lot of Hasbro hate. I keep watching content. I guess that's why I'm not making content. I keep consuming content, and most of them really love to hate on Hasbro and their distribution and their policies and their offerings and whatever. But tell you the truth, I appreciate most of the Hasbro material, Hasbro product that has been they have been releasing. I have cut back on my collection. If you could see, I have mostly Transformers still up there, but I made a decision to stop collecting Transformers. I weighed it upon myself on which fandom I'm really part of and what kind of toys were really part of my childhood when I was growing up. And it was more on action figures. I grew up collecting action figures, specifically G.I. Joes. I also had a bit of a Masters of the Universe, and I also did Thundercats and all other action figures. Like I even have Bionic Six, Turtles, and everything like that. But what stuck with me when I was assessing of whether what to continue with my toy collection was that memories of when I was a kid. I used to live in the province, and whenever my parents would get me from the province and go to the city, they would usually the trip would usually start with us going to a mall and me selecting from the wall of GI Joes a figure that I would like. So that memory kind of like very nostalgic, very special to me. And every time I open like a Hasbro classified series, GI Joe, that feeling comes back. Uh, Also, superheroes. I mean, Mattel superpowers. Not Mattel. The superpowers line. I think it was Kenner or something. I forgot which line was that. And also the Turtles. So if I Masters of the Universe, I never really did have a strong connection with it. My dad would usually buy me Masters of the Universe toys, but I never really like have that mall experience wherein I was the one who was selecting the figure. So I did not have that connection with Masters of the Universe or with Thundercats. But with GI Joe, there was that memory. There was that specific moment in time that would really stick with you, even if you are like as old as I am today. That when you ever you open another GI Joe figure, you would always go back to that memory. That's cool. I mean, yeah. And the toys right now are awesome. Um, I know some of there were gripes about it not being too realistic, or there were gripes about being too science fiction. But these are toys. These are toys for kids, actually, and I think that's kind of what the um, the dilemma with GI Joe is, especially with us, non-American collectors of GI Joe. I mean, GI Joe is the real American hero, and essentially, it's just a foreign product that you don't really have a connection with. I think that's why it's not that popular, like say Transformers or Masters of the Universe, because it's specifically tied into a citizenship of a country, super first world country, that for some of the other countries are oppressors, and it's kind of hard to connect with that, especially with history against that said country. But the GI Joes for me were great. I mean, you could like build your own army, and even if you are not familiar with the lore, which actually some would take offense to when you do videos about it and you don't know anything about it, the history and everything, gatekeeping stuff. But even if you don't know anything about the character, you could create your own stories with those characters, and that's I think what's why a lot of other collectors gravitate more on army building their Cobra Troopers, because those are faceless characters that you could build your stories on. Like this one is used to be part of the evil empire, but he kind of find a way to rebel, and then find his own way for redemption and stuff like that. That's what you can do with faceless characters. Also, if you don't know anything about it, you could just like build an army and just make own story up about the figures. So yeah, essentially what I'm trying to say is I cut down my collection, and then I've also uh, focused on J. Joe. And along with J. Joe is the indie toy manufacturer, toy maker, Balaverse Action Force, which are also great. Not perfect, great, but also great, and they fit so well together. It's like it's the same line. Anyway, this video is just for me trying to wet my toes again and into creating videos and explaining why, even if nobody is asking me, uh, why I kind of stopped. So I kind of felt slighted, and I kind of lost a taste for making videos. But I really do like the feeling of making videos, and yeah, maybe this would be the start of making videos again. I mean, I do have a lot of new stuff to share with you. With local comics, a lot of strides have been made, and I would like to talk with you guys about that, as well as with my toy collection, which is growing, scaled down, but it is still growing, and but all about life in general. So yeah, welcome back to me. I'm making videos again, and I hope you do still watch my videos, even if it's just this me rambling about things. Uh, so yeah, please do subscribe if you are interested in local Filipino comics, if you are interested in toys, um, and all that stuff. Uh, like this video, share this video if you wish, and then yeah, see you in the next videos. Bye, guys.